People don't always listen to what you say, but they do read your face, and the face reveals far more than we realize. Microexpressions, skin tone, eye movement, tension around the jaw. These subtle cues shape how others perceive your energy before you speak a word. From a psychological standpoint, the face is a broadcast system. It signals your stress levels, your hormonal balance, and your internal stability. When a man is constantly depleted, his face carries that fatigue. The glow fades, the eyes lose sharpness, the jaw tightens under suppressed frustration. But when you retain, something changes. The body recalibrates, and your face becomes a reflection of calm, focused strength. What many call radiance, but what science understands as biological coherence. This radiance isn't cosmetic, it's chemical. Retention supports testosterone regulation, balances cortisol, and improves blood circulation. These changes activate systems that influence skin health, eye clarity, and even facial symmetry. The nervous system calms, allowing muscle tension to drop from the face. Blood flows better. Skin looks more alive. And the eyes? They stop darting, they hold gaze. That's what people feel. Retention signals to the body that you're not in survival mode. It tells your system to prioritize restoration over reaction. That shift becomes visible. The result is presence. Not loud, not performative, but undeniable. Your face stops broadcasting anxiety and starts transmitting authority. Not because you tried, but because your biology learned how to hold power without leaking it. Section 1. Optimal testosterone rhythms. Testosterone doesn't just shape your mood or muscle, it sculpts your face. The angles of your jawline, the definition of your cheekbones, the depth of your brow ridge. These aren't random. They're the visible results of hormonal rhythms working behind the scenes. When testosterone flows in healthy, consistent pulses, it leaves its mark. But when that rhythm is disrupted, the structure softens. Retention supports this natural rhythm by removing one of the biggest internal stressors: constant release. Without the spike and crash cycle of ejaculation, the body gets the signal to balance and rebuild. And when that balance is restored, it shows up on your face. Think of testosterone like a biological sculptor. During puberty, it chisels the face into sharper, more masculine proportions. But that process doesn't stop at adolescence. The hormonal environment you maintain in adulthood continues to shape how your face settles. A strong, rhythmic testosterone pattern keeps the bones dense, the jaw pronounced, and the muscles tight. It reduces fat accumulation in the face, improving definition and symmetry. When retention is practiced consistently, your testosterone doesn't just spike, it stabilizes. And stability is the key. That's what refines the edges and deepens the presence behind your expressions. The rhythm matters. Testosterone isn't meant to stay high all the time. It's meant to move in cycles, responding to sleep, stress, nutrition, and energy conservation. Frequent ejaculation throws this off. Each release creates a drop, forcing the body into a low recovery phase where hormonal balance takes a hit. Over time, this irregularity dulls the masculine signal your body sends to itself. But when you retain, your rhythm becomes clean. The endocrine system aligns, cortisol calms, and testosterone surges at the right time, especially in the early morning when growth and repair peak. That consistency becomes the blueprint for structural refinement. There's also a link between facial features and perceived dominance. Studies in evolutionary psychology have found that sharper jawlines, thicker brow ridges, and wider facial ratios are subconsciously associated with leadership, confidence, and strength. These features aren't just genetic, they're hormonal outcomes, and hormones are influenced by behavior. Retention reinforces the conditions for those features to thrive. It gives your body the stability it needs to favor bone density over fat storage, collagen retention over breakdown, and muscle tone over sagging. You're not just maintaining your face, you're reintroducing it to the version of you it was built to reflect. Retention, over time, becomes more than self-control. It becomes biological tuning. Your testosterone moves in rhythm. Your face begins to hold weight, not from effort, but from alignment. People may not know why they look twice, why your expression feels different, why your presence lands harder. But your biology knows. It's responding to the signal it once knew but lost through noise and depletion. And when that rhythm returns, your face tells the story, quietly, clearly, without needing to explain a thing. Section 2. Microexpression stability. Your face speaks even when your mouth stays shut. Microexpressions, those tiny muscle movements around the eyes, mouth, and brows, are constant giveaways. They leak your stress, your uncertainty, your emotional state. Most men don't even notice them, but others do. Chronic overstimulation, especially from constant release, dopamine hits, or overstimulating media, forces the nervous system into a sympathetic, dominant state. That's fight or flight mode. You feel restless, your breathing shortens, and your face, even in stillness, twitches. A flicker in the eye, a half smile that doesn't land, a jaw that holds tension. These are signals of internal instability, and they're read before you say a word. The more overstimulated you are, the more reactive your nervous system becomes. Your body gets stuck in survival. And when you're in survival, your face can't lie. That anxious tension spills out in subtle shifts. You may not feel afraid, but your face tells another story. The raised brow, the rapid blink, the slight tightening before you speak, it all reveals a nervous system on edge. Retention changes this not just by conserving energy, but by stabilizing the nervous system. The vagus nerve, responsible for calmness and recovery, becomes more active. You stop flinching at shadows. You start responding, not reacting. With this reset comes stillness, not stiffness, stillness. Your jaw releases. Your gaze holds without needing to dominate. The muscles around your eyes soften, not out of weakness, but out of control. This stillness is rare today. In a world filled with rapid blinking and anxious smiles, your calm expression becomes magnetic. Retention trains this into you without effort. Your biology simply stops bracing. Your nervous system doesn't expect war, so your face starts telling the truth. I'm grounded. I don't need your validation. I'm not chasing anything. And people feel it. They may not know the science, but they feel the shift. Your presence becomes less about what you say and more about how you sit, how you look, how you don't overact. In conversations, your face isn't rushing to explain. It's not waiting to be judged. It's settled, present, and intentional. Eye contact becomes natural, not forced or aggressive, but clean. It doesn't demand attention, it absorbs it. That's the power of regulated energy. You're no longer leaking anxiety through unconscious facial tension. You're signaling alignment, calm authority, and something that can't be faked, inner coherence. Over time, this becomes your new baseline. Retention builds it quietly. No shouting, no forced stillness, just a face that no longer betrays you. The micro-expressions stabilize because the nervous system has stabilized. You stop living in a loop of overreaction. You start owning silence. And that's when your face stops signaling need. It starts signaling something far more powerful: control. Section 3. Receptor balance. Your skin is one of the first places your hormones leave a signature. Testosterone and its powerful derivative DHT influence the oil glands in your face, especially around the forehead, nose, and jawline. When these hormones are balanced, the sebaceous glands work in rhythm, producing just enough oil to keep the skin firm, hydrated, and clean. This is why balanced men often have that clear, dense, and even skin tone. It's not luck, it's chemistry. Retention supports this balance by regulating testosterone naturally, allowing it to rise without chaos. The result is not just better skin, but a face that reflects order, sharpness, and vitality. On the other hand, frequent ejaculation can send your system into imbalance. After release, prolactin levels spike, and that shift often nudges estrogenic activity higher. This doesn't just impact mood or drive, it affects your skin. When estrogen dominates or testosterone signaling weakens, the sebaceous glands become confused. oil production can swing in the wrong direction, either too much or too little. That's when inflammation appears, pores clog, and hormonal acne creeps in. You might wash your face twice a day, but if your endocrine system is in disarray, your skin will reflect that internal stress no matter what products you use. Retention restores balance at the receptor level. By reducing hormonal whiplash, your body stabilizes androgen receptors in the skin, those microscopic locks that testosterone and DHT interact with. With consistent retention, these receptors become more responsive and efficient, not overloaded or sluggish. That leads to cleaner oil production, reduced inflammation, and firmer skin tone. The shift is subtle at first, then noticeable. You begin to look rested, composed, and alert, not because you've changed your routine, but because your biology finally has the consistency to show itself clearly. Your skin becomes the proof of internal discipline, a mirror of biochemical alignment.